It's Friday, November 7, 2014, and let's talk about what happened this week over at xdadevelopers.com. It seemed all the stories this week centered around one thing: Android Lollipop. As expected, the Android 5 factory images for the Nexus 9 and the Nexus Player showed up on Google's site this week. Unfortunately, none of the other Nexus devices have images or binaries available at this time, but I am sure that's just a matter of time before we'll start seeing those roll out. In the meantime though, they also released the full source for Android 5 to their Git, and they updated documentation in the Android Building Google group to go through some of the major changes. Now, speaking of that source being available, quite a few developers on XDA jumped all over that, of course, so within about a day or so, we've got source-built Lollipop images for the Nexus 4, Nexus 5, both the Nexus 7s, Nexus 10, and the Xperia Z. Now, they're not perfect, some of them are not 100% stable, but that's again just probably a matter of time. So if you absolutely can't wait for Google to release Android 5 for your Nexus device or your device of choice, find the appropriate forum thread and read up on it before trying it out, please. Additionally, this week, Sony came forward and announced they've already got the AOSP version of Android running on the Xperia Z1, Z2, and Z3, and they're going to be posting Lollipop device trees, kernels, and binaries for these devices on their own AOSP sometime soon. And actually, in and amongst all of this Lollipop news, if you're just curious about everything that has changed between KitKat and this latest release, Funky Android has run their little script again that JBQ wrote, and now the full changelog is available on their site that you can dig into. Of course, as you might expect, the whole story can't be all sunshine and lollipops, as it were. Our very own Pulsar G2 put out a story just this evening talking about his experience with the new AOSP release, and it wasn't exactly flattering. He found some issues with some of the UI layouts, he had lots of force close issues, IMAP email issues, and quite a lot of other things. So if you want to see his experience, kind of maybe the downside, the why didn't this get run through quality assurance kind of side of things, definitely go read through his article. And you know what, one last Lollipop related thing. As expected, the Nexus 9 just released, just started getting into people's hands, and of course, Chainfire got it rooted. Now, it's not as simple or as straightforward as the CF auto roots of the past, but it's still not terribly complicated, just 4 steps. So if you've got your hands on the Nexus 9 and you're just dying to rip it open and get it rooted, Chainfire's got you covered. And finally, as usual, 3 other videos were posted to XDA TV this week. TK did another Expose Tuesday showing you how to add Pi controls to the Chrome browser on Android. Then he did a review of the Galaxy Note 4, and then he did an app review of Nova Launcher. But you know what? That's going to be about all from me for today. You can find all the links to the stories I talked about down in the video description as usual, as well as the links to my YouTube channels. Remember, if you like this video, leave us a like down below the video, we do appreciate it, and subscribe to receive all of our content as soon as it becomes available. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.